Hello friends, this video on Ray Optics Part 44 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till Part 43 before going ahead with Part 44. Now that we have studied about the human eye, components of the eye and how does an eye function, it is time that we talk about some of the very common defects of vision. We often hear people complaining that they have got a spectacles of very high power, or they use lenses, or at old age people are not able to see things clearly. So why do these defects arise? So as I told you, any kind of eye defect arises only when the image is not formed on the retina. Only then you get defects of vision, because if the image is getting formed on the retina and all the components of the eye are working fine, in that case you will get a clear view of whatever you see. So we will discuss about 4 defects of vision here: myopia, hypermetropia, astigmatism and presbyopia. So they are all very hi-fi names of defects, right? So we will discuss each of them one by one in detail. So let us talk about myopia. What is myopia? Myopia is nothing but it is also known as nearsightedness. What is nearsightedness? It means that the person is not able to see distant objects clearly. That means the person can see the nearby objects perfect, but when the object is placed quite far away, then he is not able to see it properly. So why does this happen? This happens when the image is formed before retina. So what happens in this case? This is the scenario for myopia. In myopia, what happens, if this is a distant object, the rays come and they converge before retina. So the image is formed here. As a result, the person is not able to view it properly. Now, how can we correct it? We can correct it by using a concave lens. What the concave lens will do? Concave lens is a diverging lens, right? So it will diverge these rays all the more. So what will happen in that case? If it earlier the rays were diverged up to this extent. Now if I apply a diverging lens, it will diverge it all the more. So when it passes through the converging lens, it will converge, but it will take little more time to converge because the rays are more diverged here. So by diverging these rays, that is by adding this concave lens, we are able to correct this vision, because now it is not converging at P dash, instead it is converging on the retina, right? So this is how we can correct this vision, and this is why the doctors, when you go to an eye doctor, he will tell you that okay, you take a spectacles of this much power. So what is that power? That power is nothing but, I told you, right? If the doctor says that you use a spectacles of power 4, that means he is actually giving you a concave lens with focal length 1/4, because we know that power is nothing but it is reciprocal of focal length. So the doctor will decide, he will first check your eye with some instrument which he has, and he will see that where is the image formation taking place in your eye. So he will know that by how much distance the focus needs to be shifted. So accordingly, he will give you a concave lens of a suitable focal length, right? Okay. Now let us go ahead to the next one, that is hypermetropia. It is just the opposite of myopia. It is farsightedness. That means here you can see the distant objects clearly, but you cannot see the nearby objects clearly. For example, you would have seen many people complaining that they need a spectacles or they need the lenses when they read the newspaper. But it is fine for them when they go out or they go for shopping, they meet people. In all those things, they don't need a spectacles. But they need their specs when they are reading a newspaper, because they have difficulty in viewing nearby objects. So this happens when the object is formed beyond the retina, right? So it is just the opposite case of myopia. So in this case, they are unable to see the closer objects clearly. So how do we correct it? So that will also be the reverse thing. That is, in this case, they will use a convex lens. because since the image, the rays are converging at a far off point, so we want it to converge little early. So we are using another converging lens so that it can converge the rays a little more, so that it gets finally converged at this point. So this is the case for hypermetropia, and it is corrected using a convex lens of suitable focal length. Let us now look at the third defect of vision, that is astigmatism. What happens in this defect? In this defect, the cornea is not spherical in shape. I told you, right, what is cornea? Cornea is nothing but an outer covering of the eye. So that entire sphere has got an outer covering, that is called cornea. Now, if the cornea is not spherical in shape, in that case also it happens that the image which we see is not the correct one. So how do we see the image in this case? In this case, basically, the image formation takes place at retina. There is no problem with that, but the vision becomes blurred. So in this case, we have a blurred vision. So what happens? This is the scenario. What happens? Let us suppose this is the object and the image is formed on the retina. That is perfect. But just look at the image. How is the image formed? It was like the straight horizontal and vertical lines are replaced by curvy lines. This is because of the asymmetrical shape of the cornea. So how do we correct it? We correct it using a cylindrical lens of desired radius of curvature with appropriately directed axis. So this cylindrical lens will actually orient itself in such a way that these lines appear as the object is. Right? So this is astigmatism. So it is not because of this defect does not rise because of some issue in the image formation. It arises due to the inappropriate shape of the cornea. So we can correct it using a cylindrical lens. And the last one, that is presbyopia. So presbyopia is normally a defect which is generally found with people as they grow old. This is what I was mentioning before also, that when people grow old, the ciliary muscles lose their flexibility. So therefore, they are not able to expand and contract freely as and when required, and therefore the lens also loses its flexibility, because the flexibility of the lens ultimately depends upon the ciliary muscles. So therefore, the change in focal length of the lens is not very smooth, and as a result, the image formation doesn't take place at appropriate time on the retina. So in this case also, there is blurred vision at least distance of distinct vision. So even when the object is placed at a distance of 25 centimeters, under normal condition, the vision should be perfect, right? But in this case, even at the least distance of distinct vision, the vision is blurred. It generally appears at an older age, as I already mentioned. So this can also be corrected using a converging lens, that is a convex lens. So here you can see this was the normal vision and this was the vision with aging, when the lens has lost its flexibility. So if we add an additional convex lens, in that case what happens? Here you see the rays converge on retina, but here it goes beyond retina. Therefore, we use another convex lens so that can converge these rays a little early than this, so that they converge on the retina and the vision is clearer, right? So that was all about the human eye. I hope I was able to explain you that how does the human eye function. So now let us thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.